Hey, welcome to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to The Truth Is, and it has a video. The title of the video is "Why Do All Big Celebrities End Up Like This?" Now, I'm pretty sure you guys do see some strange things going on in Hollywood right now, and it's always been strange. They always let us see it. So today we're gonna go ahead and react to this video. Before we do, I just want to go ahead and pull up a couple things here, actually, that I've noticed about a lot of the Hollywood actors, actresses, singer, and people that are, famous and big celebrities, so on and so forth. All right. So I'm pretty sure you guys know about people like Ariana Grande or, Cynthia Erivo, or probably like Jenny Ortega. All right. So actually, let me go ahead and pull it. Y'all see this on my screen right now. We got before and after pictures of Ariana Grande in 2020 to 2025, as well as Cynthia Erivo 2020 to 25. You can see the difference in their body and their structure and their appearance. They look like they've been sucked of everything that makes them human, okay? And I'm pretty sure there's some dark stuff to that. Of course, there's some dark stuff up to that point. And also want to just pull up another picture here. I want you guys to take a look into this. Like I said, what's her name? Jenny Ortega. Recently, she came up, and you can see her before and after from last year to this year. Her appearance, how skinny she is, and she looks actually malnourished. So we just want to go ahead and react to this video because there's some interesting things that he pulled up and stated that I want you guys to look into. So yeah, look at Ariana Grande, man. It just looks completely sad. So we're not even gonna hold it up any longer. Let's go ahead and hop into this reaction video, and let's see exactly what they talking about here, because I think this is something that we need to look into, and it's spiritual warfare. 100%. If you're a Christian, you know about spiritual warfare. Well, you should know about spiritual warfare, that all these things tie in with demonic practices, wicked practices, and things that are not of God at all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play that and get into it right now.
There appears to be something really strange happening in Hollywood. From Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo to Ice Spice, for some reason, many top celebrities are undergoing bizarre transformations that leave them almost unrecognizable. They go from their normal selves to almost a hollowed out corpse look. Many online have described it as them looking like their soul had been sucked out of their body. Now, Jenna Ortega seems to be the latest star who has left people speechless. Everyone wants to know why so many of these stars are ending up like this shortly after entering the industry. Today, we are going to look into this strange occurrence to see if we can find anything that could help explain why this keeps happening. There always seems to be something unexplainable happening in Hollywood. To many, what these stars are doing doesn't seem to make any sense. Why does it seem like after years in the industry, or right after they get a major role, some of them just disappear and resurface looking like something terrible?
And real quick, like you could see, I'm gonna go back real quick. Look at how healthy and beautiful she looks, compared to what she looks now. Like, there's got to be something deeper behind that. She looks healthy and beautiful.
Some of them just disappear and resurface looking like something terrifying might have happened to them. Many have noticed it is always most noticeable in their eyes. Something about their eyes changes and they start looking almost disconnected from everything. You can't tell me you haven't noticed it for yourself. So many of them have the same look. This is why people are having a hard time understanding why this keeps happening. Is this just some sort of Hollywood fashion trend, or could there be another explanation? Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo were the first to spark this conversation on the internet. Right around the time they were announced as the leads for the new Wicked movie, people started noticing what they felt was odd behavior from the two. Not only were they acting unlike themselves, but they also both appeared almost unrecognizable. People didn't understand how the two went from this before the movie to this after. The combination of the new look and different personalities right after getting the role left many wondering if it was connected to the film. They started to point to the stories of the alleged pressure the Wizard of Oz lead actress was put through to look a certain way, and all the other bizarre things that happened while they filmed that movie. The Wicked movie does seem to mark the beginning of Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's drastic change. Whether the look was to better fit the role of the character or due to other reasons, no one truly knows. But it is interesting that after playing in Wicked, they started looking like that. It almost makes it seem like they embodied those characters so much they started looking like them in real life. When they returned for the second Wicked movie, the transformation was even more drastic, and their behavior had gotten more ridiculous. Moments like this started going viral, showing Cynthia acting quite strange around Ariana. Some people online started saying that she was behaving like Ariana's bodyguard or even her boyfriend. At one point, she straight up tackled a crazed fan to stop them from grabbing Ariana outside of an event. The way they were acting, people were convinced that something had happened to them while they were filming the movie. Eventually, people figured that they were just being weird and they moved on. But then a long list of other celebrities started popping up looking the same way, and people started to believe that there might be more to all of this. Right now, everyone is talking about Jenna Ortega, who has been in the business since she was a little child. The world literally watched her grow up and become a woman on screen, and they also witnessed her transformation in real time. Recently, she appeared in an interview that has since gone viral, where many feel she appears unrecognizable. People are drawing comparisons back to Ariana and Cynthia Erivo's look during Wicked. The first thing I noticed was the eyes again. Don't they have the same look as the others? You know what they say, the eyes are the window to the soul. Well, those eyes look empty.
Yeah, man, it's something really, really weird about what's going on. You know, the Bible speaks about wickedness, right, and sin, and Romans 6:23, right? It says that the wages of sin is death. So if you're practicing anything dark, I think Ariana Grande calls herself a witch. She does tarot card readings and all this other stuff. And, you know, that's exactly what happens, because you give the devil a foothold into your life and he can basically suck the life out of you. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. You know, a lot of these people do seances and rituals and stuff like that once they prepare for roles. So, you know, they open themselves up to demonic possession attacks, and yeah, the devil's going to feast on you and you end up looking like this.
Just take a look how she looked a few years back and compare it to now. You can easily see why people feel something is off. Again, we see her looking like the woman from the movie Corpse Bride. Something just doesn't seem right about this. Interestingly enough, some people believe her transformation started when she got her career-changing role in the Wednesday Addams show, another project that had a similar magical premise to what we saw in Wicked. Basically, Wednesday is a witch-like character just like Ariana and Cynthia played in Wicked. Now, I'm not saying that had anything to do with this, but it is an interesting observation that we will come back to later. Think about it. Both roles required the actors to match the appearance and behavior of a witch. Now the question is, why does it seem like they never stop embodying those characters? It's not just actors playing characters who are acting like this. We also can find artists popping up the same way. Sometime back, people were saying,
yeah, and it's true, because even her, this actress right here, she actually ended up being like that too. Not actress, this rapper, Ice Spice, she was beautifully shaped, and then she just started looking like that too, man. Hey, we know what it is. I mean, I already know what it is. I'm wondering what y'all think. Let me know in the comments.
Saying the same thing about Ice Spice, who had gone through her own drastic transformation. Just like the others, from one day to the next, she started looking like this. And again, it seems she had the same empty look in her eyes as well. Now, her transformation seems to have happened after her involvement with Taylor Swift. As you guys might remember, they collaborated on a song together and even appeared in a video loaded with specific imagery. In the music video, Taylor Swift can be seen wearing horns and is depicted in a hell-like setting. They also had tons of other imagery displayed in this video, like in this scene where the girls are depicted capturing the planets. This music video also came out around the same time she was going viral for what she displayed at the Super Bowl while she was chilling with Taylor Swift. This was a big moment for Ice Spice, and some would even call it the peak of her career. But not long after this, she popped up with the very same appearance as the others we have discussed today. You can start to see why people feel like something is definitely up. When you really start looking into this, you begin to notice this is happening to many other celebrities. Many point to Demi Moore's transformation after her appearance in the movie The Substance. Ironically, The film was about a woman who was hyper-focused on her aging appearance, so she participates in a black market experimental procedure that would allow her to cheat the aging process altogether. It was one of her most praised performances in years, but it now appears that she's never looked the same since. Reportedly, her transformation was a direct result of the stress she was put under during the filming process. Olivia Wilde also sparked similar conversations about her transformation when she surfaced earlier this year. She appeared in an interview for her upcoming movie, and fans instantly noticed something had changed with her. Again, she seems to be going for the same look as all the other stars we have spoken about. Isn't it strange that they all look like this? Is this something that they're purposely going for? I understand why people feel like it just doesn't seem right. Euphoria actress Alexa Demi is another one who recently popped up unrecognizable. Again, the very same look we keep seeing over and over again. It's like this is taking over Hollywood and no one in the industry is acknowledging it. Everyone has an excuse as to why they're popping up looking as if they saw a ghost who stole their life force. This has led many people online to speculate on what's really behind this. Some people think it's just Ozempic, while others believe this is possibly connected to something much deeper. Many performers, whether actors or artists, have talked about opening themselves up to become better performers. Acting legends and modern performers alike frequently describe stepping aside to let the character take over them. They describe it almost like the character is a spirit that steers them during their filming process. Some of these actors go as far as to refer to themselves as vessels. Denzel Washington described this process years ago in an old interview.
Got on my knees and sort of communicated with the spirits. And when I came out, I was in charge.
Powerful scene.
Powerful scene. I couldn't have acted that. I couldn't have written that down and made a decision.
The way he
And if you notice, like, they'll tell you these things. Like, they'll make it very vivid. You heard them say it. Like, acting is you being a hypocrite in a sense, because you're not being you. You're invoking another character and you're acting like that person. Now, if you take it to a supernatural realm where you invite spirits to come in to take over your body for you to, portray any type of acting, bro, that's a demonic possession. And that's what a lot of these people do. You're going to hear them admit it. Even different actors are going to admit this. And that's exactly what they do.
Describes it, he makes it sound like he's not in control of anything we see him do on screen. Michael B. Jordan has said similar things in his interviews, claiming that the character takes over him while he's acting.
I would pray to him. I would channel his energy. I would just ask to be around.
I would pray to him. I would channel his energy.
When did you feel it the most?
Honestly, it was when it was on the platform. And we're going to use it while the train wasn't running. Yeah. And tons of extras, limited takes, one camera. But that's where his presence was around me the most, I think, at the platform for sure. It was, it's that weird, eerie feeling, but it was a good feeling. I don't think I could have done it without him.
It was a good feeling. I don't think I could have done it without him.
Being there.
Him, Oscar.
Oscar, yeah.
The energy of Oscar.
Oscar's presence, for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't have a process. I'm not like one of these, some people have methods or this or that. I just did whatever I felt I needed to do or whatever I felt was right in the moment, every step of the way. So it was no real plan. I didn't have an escape plan either. So like every day was just going into this place and I just tried to stay there as long as I could. And then when it was all over, I think just being in that kind of that mind state, that real unapologetic, just real whatever all the time, kind of kept it caught up with me and I got a little depressed. It was tough for me for a minute. Just readjusting to being around the people that care about me, getting that love that.
The crazy thing is, it reminds me of this verse in the book of Romans where it says, the verse goes like this. It says, "Do not allow sin to reign in your body, but rather offer yourself as a living sacrifice to the Lord." So if you are channeling a spirit or, a character to portray on screen, you're basically offering yourself as a sacrifice for demons to dwell in for you to portray something. And that's why we have to basically watch what we see, what we hear, what we do, because these are gateways into our lives. And a lot of these actors are saying this thing. They're saying it to us, but we're so blind that we're not able to identify and see these things. But once you're in the presence of the Lord and you're praying and you're reading your word, you will identify these things and you'll be able to see it. Matter of fact, the Holy Spirit will even speak to you and tell you, don't watch that, don't listen to that, don't see that. Because these people are portals and gateways that are influencing the rest of the world.
I shut out for a long time. Like, I shut out love. I didn't want love and affection. I wanted to be in this lonely place as long as I could and kind of capture the essence of what Eric, Stevens was, what Killmonger was. So when we wrapped the film, I'm like, in my mind, it's like, okay, cool, go back to, regular life, get back to LA and be cool. But it was a little tough for me at first to kind of like accept that.
It was hard just to lay him down and be done with it.
Yeah.
How did it take you a while?
It took me, I don't really know exactly when I came out of it, but, I went to therapy, I started talking to people, started unpacking a little bit. And
I find that so interesting. I find that so interesting because I think the body doesn't know the difference. I remember having this conversation with a famous actor once about Anthony Hopkins. I would say, Anthony Hopkins, I feel for you because, all the stuff you're taking.
Damson Idris described a similar process where he claims to allow something dark to take over him to better his performances.
I remember sometime we do 10 episodes of my show, and this last season, I was hitting a block. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not doing it right? So I went in the corner, and then I was looking at the wall, and I was like, come on, devil, right? Come to me, because I had to do something like crazy, right? I had nightmares for a month. So it does come after, like nightmares every day. I just felt that energy, and I had to pray and do all this stuff to like get rid of it. And you call your mom up, and you're like, you're back to life, and that stuff is real.
Some people online believe this practice might be what's causing all of this. They think that these actors are allowing these so-called spirits to take control, and by the end, they end up affecting them like this. What's interesting is that Taraji P. Henson warned about this acting technique in some of her interviews. She specifically mentioned avoiding certain roles because she was afraid to open herself up to the wrong energy.
These characters, because it's very spiritual what we do as actors. You're on the set, you have your chakras all open, you're allowing this character to use your body as a vessel. And so you have to learn how to flip the switch on and flip it off. Otherwise, it drive you mad. Because it's spiritual what we do, you understand? Yeah. We allow these characters and these stories to use our bodies as a vessel. That is a real, like if you think about it, that's you allowing this other energy.
Project. I let the character speak to it. What we do as actors is very spiritual. You're on set, and that's why I don't pick a lot of roles because it's spiritual, and I'm all alive and I'm open and my chakras are open and I'm letting this character use my body as a vessel to tell its truth. And so when I'm open like that, a lot of energies can't be around me. I'm sorry, because energy is strong, y'all, and you got to be particular about who you keep around you. Like seriously, if they down and cloudy and they downtrodden, if they got a cloud around you hanging around, you think you're gonna get wet? Very careful. So I'm very particular about the projects that I take on because that's spirit.
She claimed that when you allow the wrong spirit into you, things could end terribly. Now I wonder if this is what's happening with these stars. Think about it. A lot of them are embodying dark characters, and after their performances, they seem affected by it entirely. Could this be what happened to them? Is this the result of allowing the wrong energy to use their body? What do you guys think? Do you think this could explain why so many of these celebrities end up like this? Are they victims of what Taraji was explaining? To me, all of this is insanely strange. It's hard for me to believe that all these celebrities are just on the same weight loss medication that makes them look identical. After hearing so many of these big actors claim acting is so spiritual, and seeing how they look after their roles, it makes me feel that this could be what's happening. They could be going through something spiritually. Who knows? Ariana Grande was literally starring in a movie named Wicked. After being in that movie, she has never been the same again. Could it be because she was utilizing the same method Taraji was talking about? Ariana's transformation could also be seen in her recent music video. She appeared in a Twisted music video where she is depicted covered in red paint after she loses it on some executives trying to control her. The imagery in the music video was so deep, so if you want to know what Ariana was trying to say with this visual, watch this video right now. And if you want to further support the channel,
they always tell you in the movies, in the videos, in the music, you got to listen to people when they speak, because when people speak, they tell you the truth, and you got to be present enough to be able to decipher and understand what the truth is. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. But this stuff is important. A lot of people don't know about spiritual warfare. They don't know that if you give yourself up to an entity, it'll possess you. It'll take over your body. It'll make you do things that are outside of the order of the Lord. And that's exactly what's happening to these people. You know, you want fame, you want fortune, you want the money, you want to be the glamour, you want to live the glamorous lifestyle. There's a price to pay, and the price is gonna be your soul. It's gonna be your body. It's gonna be everything, because the enemy will give you all these things, but he will steal what is precious to you, which is your soul. And you got to remember, there are two kingdoms fighting here. There's the kingdom of darkness, there's the kingdom of the light, which is the Lord Jesus Christ. And you know, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I would advise that you give him your life right now, because it's very important. We are living in the last days. These are the last times. And it's really important and critical that we get right with the Lord, because you never know. You don't want to be in a state of living in sin and then you lose your life, because eternity without God is not a pleasurable place, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, subscribe if you like. And, you know, as I always say, make sure you seek the Lord for yourself in fasting and in reading the word and prayer. All right. I'll see you on the next one.